Hello again, and I think we're back with more Disco Elysium and me, the Demon Forever. And well, the last we played was actually just yesterday, so things are still kind of clear in my head. I'm pretty sure I know what to do. I think I need to burn time for like an hour. But otherwise, I'm kind of good to go. We got the body that was hanging down finally. We've investigated and done the autopsy. All that's pretty good. We messed around with some of the report. That was kind of funny. I do want to get the boots, so we'll do that when Kim's not around. And obviously the body will just be left on the floor in the backyard while we sort of fix all that up. But otherwise, that's the plan. And so going forth, it's going to be much easier. So let me just do the usual, check that the audio is going fine on the stream. And so I haven't actually listened back to the previous video to see what kind of well, how the sound quality actually is in terms of the background noise and the actual mic, but then I've changed nothing since I pretty much began. This is very similar to the setting I had at the end of Elden Ring. You might have to adjust the volume within the game to make a difference, but otherwise it's all good. And actually I can hear that I do have my headphones on, so actually if I have my headphones off, that's even clearer. So we're good. Let's continue. So yeah, we need to burn some time now. I'm not quite sure what to do to burn time. I feel like I've investigated or just run around everywhere, so to burn 50 minutes seems like a bit of a tall order, especially since nothing has happened. That's my phone going off, so don't worry about that. But yeah, since I ran around a little bit yesterday and nothing changed, so well. It's still 10 past 8. I guess we do have the... Let's look at that time. Sorry, the thought thing. No, still 3:25. It's not changed. So I was wondering if part of the change, part of the research time is taken outside of game time, but I guess not.
Give me a moment.
So this goes down, this should go up to, what's her name? This girl. My computer screen seems very bright actually right now, but that's fine.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Oh, this is a red track. It cannot be retried at 3% chance. There's no way I'm getting this anytime soon. I might as well just do this and see what happens. But I might do it later when Kim isn't here. You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking
The
at?
lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief.
What?
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershop.
On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Why all the negativity?
Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor.
Well, I think I've exhausted that dialogue anyway, so very good. Come on, come on. Ah. I can go up here, can't I? I forget, can I not go up here? No. Okay. Can I climb up here? No. There we go. Come on. Police work is tough. Nothing down here. We've talked to... we could talk to Joyce since we've taken the body down.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
So nothing new. Well, we can do this again.
That's the man who was killed.
So you know something
I'm
about the
afraid
tattoos?
this is a discussion for better not tie the forestay to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Okay. Well, that's the... And 1 minute has passed. Oh my god, only 1 minute has passed. It's gonna be so tricky now. Just checking my phone for a sec. So maybe this is where Canoe stays. Maybe. How am I supposed... Let's see if I can find a way to like pass time. Because...
This coin operates. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's the tourist attraction doing here?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
What happened?
They got as far as the street lamps and that statue on the intersection before something went sour. I suspect it was Evrard's Claire's doing. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Can we do something about it?
We should have done something about the Union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Okay. Is this the same?
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized...
Let me just check some things. So I'm just checking. I'm just replying to some text messages here and there. But otherwise, because I'm trying to wonder, still trying to grasp what we can and can't do within the game.
again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
This is interesting. Because this came back, and it might have come back because of the thought process we had with the endurance stuff that gave us the thing to actually examine the body and all that. Break down the door. But let's not do this now. I do love how it's pain threshold. I do love how my pain threshold can like go up to 6. Oh, I forgot I have a skill point to burn as well actually. Only 1% of jamais vu. I could unlock another one to start on White Morning. Oh, I could get something here. Fact that this is up by 5 as well is something. So this is the highest I can get. This and pain threshold is the highest I can get right now. It's kind of funny actually. I like how empathy is just 5, even though I put my signature skill in it. So it gives it a +1. The base is +4 as well. So it's already +5, but because of the bonus, if you will, from thoughts, it burns it. Yay! So I'm trying to think what. I cannot tell you how like confused I am. How much money do I have? Sorry, I'm having a little drink. So enjoy healthy organs. Thing is, like my physique being low is kind of a thing I'm fine with. I still wish I put Wotrix up to 4, to be honest with you. I also like suggestion being high. I do really enjoy that. Empathy, volition. Interfacing. It's just because I'm wearing the thing, isn't it? That's why it's item +1 as well. Again, I don't know what to do with my skills, so I'm just gonna leave it be. I have 3 real. Can I actually buy anything here?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyamdal.
Hyamdalaman. Did I already do this? Because it's a white check. Do I need to do this? Did I not get this from this? I thought I did, but I could be wrong. What's the goal say? Anything new?
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Hi, Annette. Wait, what? No. Oh, okay. We had absolutely nothing to say to her.
Shelves fill to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen.
Several maps have been... The maps look old and faded. Your eye... Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
So do I have anything on me to help with pain threshold? Concept, half-life, reacts, concept, doop. So nothing, unless I put skills into it. I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. And for some reason I think I already did this.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the... Nothing of interest. Only silence and the cosmic background pain radiation.
Okay. For a minute there I thought it was snowing. Wait, what? So I was like super confused. Oh, what was that? No. Come on. How do I highlight that actually? There you go. It takes willpower even to read the author's name. Yeah, for some reason the game seems super bright right now. Ooh, you were right about that. I'm a cockatoo. Ooh. Working class woman.
Excuse me?
I went and read up on them, just like you said, and I even decided on what kind of cockatoo I am. Want to know?
I don't know. The most talkative one?
No, I'm the funeral cockatoo. I forget if that's the one I actually chose, but yeah, let's go with it. I'm the funeral cockatoo.
The what now?
The funeral cockatoo is the most depressing one. Oh, I love this conversation.
You truly are one strange cop, aren't you?
I am.
I have a strange cop offering to find my stupid husband. What a day.
Let's talk about your husband again.
Right. What about him?
What does he look like?
Honestly, not that different from you.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he's slightly chubby.
I see. What else?
What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a bright blue inner lining. The lining is hand sewn. I made it myself.
She sighs, her voice slightly quivering when she adds,
It's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to run around in this, but he refuses to change.
Who cares about the cold when you have your cool jacket to wear? You can completely sympathize.
Yep,
I
absolutely.
even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you believe it?
Depends how dirty the bin was. So yeah, if it was a really cool jacket, then yeah.
Well, what can you do? I hope that at least that extra lining helps him keep warm at night. I wouldn't like him to catch cold.
She's thinking about him out in the cold, in some park, or on the coast. And it's making her more and more worried. She gives you a short nod before returning to her books.
Maybe wait, I've done this one then. Watch her browse books.
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking.
Maybe your cockatoo is missing.
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get like this. It's better to indulge him at this point.
Ma'am, I was asking about your cockatoo.
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what?
Alright, cockatoo, not missing. Let's go with what I didn't do this
Even
last
if
time.
I had, it wouldn't be missing.
Alright, cockatoo not missing.
Great.
Great, got it.
Wonderful.
Alright, let's go. And we still can't rest.
The worn and beaten wooden.
We can sit on bed.
You can revisit the bench.
Let's go see this guy again. This is why it's hard to like kind of comment on the game as we're just wandering around. It's like like I said, this game is a very like those old school puzzle point and click games, and a lot of that is just downtime trying to figure out what to do and where to go, and in this case trying to like burn time until 9 o'clock. And even then like once we do that, then what? It's basically just going to sleep, maybe get the boots, and that's it really. I need to get rid of Kim to do that as well.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Is this a white check? Sure, why not?
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrolidon, what's that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Let's do this one. Is it just me, or is it really warm in here?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting.
Okay, so let's go with number 2. No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Pyrolidon before I lost my memory.
I've had to take it. You know, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
Was it some radiation thing?
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
I don't remember this thing, so what's the People's Pile?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
Damn. Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were part of.
We were an all-volunteer force. Self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
Okay.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out.
Continue.
There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Damn. I didn't think this conversation was going to go this way. Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
Fair enough. How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
That's very true. People calling this a shithole, and then he's like, wait, dude, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. Like, seriously. Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Care to share with me?
You said you'd done it before, yeah?
It's almost like he's worried for you.
Continue.
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved. Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care.
Let's go with this one.
Here you go, man.
Okay, I didn't really expect it to be that easy. He presents a large cap-shaped object on the palm of his hand, very odd-looking.
Not so sure about this.
Ooh, volition. Wait, why wouldn't I be sure?
Because it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop, not a post-apocalyptic scavenger.
This is where I think it would have been really nice if the different, like, skill sets had different voices, and they all had like that intonation. Like volition had this intonation that was more serious, for instance, compared to like electrochemistry and so on, and it would make, I don't know, I feel like that duality, if not more than that, really, because of all the different types of skills that you have. They could have all unique voices. I know I mentioned that maybe even just the main skills, psych, intellect, physics and motorics, could have different ones, but even within that, if they had different ones for each of them, that would have been so cool. Obviously costs a lot more, but I think that would have been so cool. I changed my mind.
I respect your decision, officer. What else can I help you with?
Take care.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you long. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are...
Oh, I thought there was another one. No? Okay. Hey buddy, anything
Now
new?
it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Oh, so it is starting to snow. Okay. I've changed my mind about your friend, the lady driver. No, I don't want to do any of that. Because I think he didn't want to talk about it. And fair enough. So talking to people is going to burn more of my time. So let's try that.
An old call box with an off...
Kudos! Please
Wait,
stop
what?
calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
Oh, Placence, is that the woman then? Placence, it's me. Please open the door. I'm trying to get in.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But
Cool.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
I'm just gonna call all of them.
You ring the doorbell, but no one answers.
And boxing?
All you hear is static, but no one answers.
24 hours.
You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens.
Emma's Fashion Atelier?
You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. No
Fabron's
one
Taxi?
answers the call. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore.
Slipstream?
You hear static from the intercom speaker.
Ooh.
It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything.
Hello, anyone there?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
Continue.
Have you come to place an order?
Let's lie. Yes.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
Sorry?
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Let's roll with it. Yeah, it's me. Here I am again, crawling back into your life.
Michelle, just please.
She stops and you can hear her breathe heavily, her breath distorted by ancient static.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Of course I care, it's just that I've been going through some tough time.
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
I mean, she's always sounded submerged.
It's so nice.
As if my mind's been wiped clean. It's so nice. Huh, interesting.
It's so nice to be able to finally forget.
Forget about what?
She sounds like she's about to cry.
Don't cry.
She doesn't answer.
You said it was nice. What's so nice about forgetting?
Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay.
I get it. You don't want to talk to me. No one ever wants to talk to me.
Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring at the silent call box.
It must have been some kind of faulty wiring. We should maybe stop playing with this doorbell. It looks ancient.
Alright, it's goodbye then.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read.
Ooh, volition. You are tempting me to put stats into you. Let's do the others first.
Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident.
Ravashal ICD.
Silence. No one answers the doorbell.
Anti-guard.
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Okay, so we have volition at 4. And I can bump that up if I heal myself, I think. I don't have to do this right now. I can sleep and do this. So that makes me want to see. Can I check? Let's check the volition one. So, how many volition? I wish we could reorder this somehow. Electrochemistry, impossible. Heimdall. Oh, there's another. Oh, there's a volition here, but I can't seem to find it. It's like hidden within the dialogue somewhere, if I remember right. Rhetoric, conceptualization, rhetoric. Wait, haven't I done this one yet? Cafeteria window, perception site, heroic. Perception. Ooh, got a few perception here. Electronic doorbell. Yes, challenging. Heroic. Okay, so perception's a good one as well. Interfacing. Okay. Let's look at stats. Close. Interface. So I can't increase interface nor volition anymore with any of this. Nope. Okay. Ooh. Can I sell this? Have I read this one?
The face of King Freecell smiles at you.
Yes, yes I have.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of your finger moves. Finally.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your
Oh, okay.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here?
I want to
Not
get into that
much.
talk again.
But it will not happen. The mug.
The mug is exhausted. Okay, cool. Why is like Total Inland Empire the thing that's highlighted there? Weird. +1 physique, -1 morale. Equip this to Collectar. Ledger of failure and
It's the
hatred.
legend
Okay.
found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside.
Let's
It's
do
barely
this.
held together by a clip. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural.
HDB41, Harry the Boar. Officer Precinct.
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB.
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
It's not going to be the first two. I do know what it is. I don't know what to say to that though.
I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with. But it's the one you got. So sorry.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, we're staying out of this business for now. HDB is bad news from yesteryear. It's shit, honcho.
This is what I mean, like if you had more voices, this would be so cool. How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
Ooh. Well, let's start with the next world mural.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne.
This seems very similar to that building we had the mural that we can draw on here.
The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class."
True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it's too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class.
People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case.
You and your partner are assigned to the case. Okay. The bummer.
The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Do I ever find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Read on.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3.
Row 3. Okay.
The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
Am I choosing? Wait, the crew agrees to the cleanup. However, your partner is against the removal, citing public support. I'm also against the removal, really, so keep the mural. It is right.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it.
Am I choosing
out
this
the opposition
answer?
were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
I must have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove that thing because I don't believe in that rubbish. And all that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class.
In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, and agreement as well. What do you want to tackle next?
It's 9:30, so we passed time relatively well.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still.
Alright, let's go find... what's his name? I am in the wrong section. So that burns some time really well. I just have to find ways to burn time. Each case is 30 minutes. Oh, she's gone. I wonder if you can see people maneuvering and walking around. That'd be cool. I don't think you can because we've never seen it, like, at all. But it'll be interesting to see how they run around. Oh, come on. Hey, buddy. Excited to see me? Oh.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
We got your hint.
Beautiful.
He replies, smiling as he looks at you. Something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Honestly, I'm just trying to not screw anything up.
Beautiful.
He says again, a nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, You do.
Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather.
Okay. Very well, I'll talk to him. But first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
That's sad.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Go if you must. I don't care. I don't care about people leaving me at all the time. Run where?
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
Okay. Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
Okay.
Take care, alright?
Oh, plus 70, damn. Wait, what? Take care. There's something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
He smells good. He smells good.
He smells good.
That's
He
weird.
smells good, and that's weird.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
At least you're having fun, Kim. I think we actually both are, to be honest with you. Let's go. Oh wow, that's a lot. We want to talk to him first. An old photo of the same apartment dated year 01. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. We'll take it all. Samaran conical hat. We'll take it all. Dishes soaked in the pot. Empty ashtray. Underground fires. Okay. Well, we've had all that. Let's go talk to this dude. In a wider sense, this is actually my apartment and yours.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual removes his cufflinks.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
Cool.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé.
Okay.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible.
Cool.
Ask me about the hanging.
I will.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot.
Personal question. Let's show the silk robe. Innocuous personal question.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business.
Continue.
That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony. What? Okay.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
What's an official like you doing in Martinaise?
The Coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled.
You sound like an ass.
The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
So, okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the Coalition forces landed here.
True.
You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
And profiting off of it, I assume. So you're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes. As I said before,
Yes.
I'm a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Intern.
Moral Intern? Oh no.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Intern is joking or not.
Okay, I don't know why Encyclopedia is trying to make that judgment though. I feel like a different faculty should. What is this international community?
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the Coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
Just a random mix of nations. What is the price stability?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Okay.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Okay.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
This is annoying to listen to in this day and age right now. Below 2% of what?
But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my question.
The Coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
No, I'm good.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the Moral Intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist.
This is why when I was made out to be a moralist, I'm like, I don't know, not really. I don't agree.
But I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment to transparency.
I've heard about this Moral Intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International.
Moral Intern.
The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Mind babies. So what I'm hearing is...
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the Moral Intern.
Are you a moralist?
But of course.
Am I a moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Turn to Kim. Lieutenant, are you a moralist?
Me?
You've managed to catch the lieutenant off guard, but only for a moment. He quickly recomposes himself.
Oh, Kim, you need to be on your game.
I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Ravachol.
Someone else's law and order, though.
A very moralist answer.
The lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's superiors.
But what is a normal, stable world?
The Occident is part of the normal world. Oranje, sur la clé.
But Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Okay, let's go through this one by one. I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I want more action. Moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital. It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D. None of the above. Is that moralism? Yes, that's me.
Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer?
Yes. Okay, I'm going to be a moralist, aren't I? Damn you. Yes, everything else seems super extreme. It's like I am living with a bunch of lunatics.
Sounds like you're a moralist indeed, my friend. Welcome.
No, I'm not.
Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. It's pragmatic, realistic, and level-headed. An ideology for doers. Are you a doer, my friend? It looks to me like you are.
Continue.
Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Tell me about Solashev.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
What makes it a darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area. Tell
me about Oranje.
Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranje is probably the most prominent member of the international community.
Which one of them is more EPIS?
As founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of political weight, while Sur-la-Clé takes care of the business side of things. Sur-la-Clé hosts the headquarters of the major EPIS institutions.
I don't think that's sustainable. Okay, but outside of EPIS, what is Oranje?
Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
Ah, but as a service industry, you're losing out by not being able to produce anything of your own, unless you conquer others and force others to produce for you, I assume. Can't you just, talk like a normal person?
About what?
About Oranje. Just tell me what it's like there.
Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow.
Enough business, let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
You actually witnessed the lynching.
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Talk to the lieutenant.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
He eyes a spectacled man near the window who smiles and spreads his hands. Is it because you did it? Start from the beginning if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
I feel like you are ad-libbing here. But continue.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening.
This is not helping, just get to it.
I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this.
This is nothing new.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting.
But this is also something we already knew. Who were they? Can you describe them?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
Very precise, actually.
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Were any of them huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
Did any of them look like drummers?
Drummers? Why, no. But then, I don't know what a drummer is supposed to look like.
I think we can drop the drummer angle. That was my bad.
Oh, was it? Was it his? Something he said. Okay, what happened next?
I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
So he wasn't dead yet? Was he awake? Anyway, were they men or women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
This is not helping. What ethnicity were they?
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
What happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
You said that, but you said they were talking, right? You just said they were... I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man. And then it was oddly quiet? What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched the guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call us?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock.
It's been a few days now, though.
I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late.
You didn't check your watch?
My watch? Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take.
So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
Okay.
It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for.
Nope, all of this we kind of already knew.
I think we have everything we need. Thank you for talking to us, Mr. Villedroit.
Of course. Anything I can do to assist the RCM.
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
But what is this EPIS thing?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
Oh no, this is how we fall.
God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality and commerce.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, The moral intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Okay, but what does it stand for?
Why? It stands for progress and stability, like the moral intern as a whole.
No, I mean, what do the letters stand for?
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
You don't know.
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
The United States of Occident. Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is Revachol going to be part of APS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members?
No. Candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
How did you two become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
You're describing how the coalition occupied Revachol.
One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged even. Have you ever tried debate?
What do you mean?
Debating. You should consider joining a debating society for adults. I hear they're oodles of fun. I used to have a flyer for one, but...
Yeah, I'm not interested.
But now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway. It's this funny theater thing, you know? Very creative. Helps relieve stress.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry. Who?
Oh, wow. Your friend the smoker.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
Is he just like your, I don't know, tenant that you're leasing out this place to, kind of thing, to help pay it, and that's putting it... And I'm being kind here.
I'm just enjoying the view.
What view?
Listen.
What?
The Insulindian Bay.
What about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
Oh, I mean, technically you could. I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
I had something else in mind.
I'm all ears, officer.
Thanks, that's all.
A moment, officer.
No. You've been kind of annoying.
Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Hold on, why?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
Okay.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
Yep. Kind of where I was getting at. Okay. Thanks for the heads up on my work here is done.
Of course. I'm sorry I couldn't be the break you were looking for. Good luck with the investigation.
That wasn't all that helpful.
Was there anything else? Of course.
This door is made of metal, and no one answers.
Let's go. There's nothing.
No one.
Let's go.
No one.
Let's go. Let's go. There's nothing to do.
Alright. Let's have a look. So we've got 2 skill points. There was something about volition, wasn't there? There's a reason why I wanted to pop up volition. Because of the white checks, some of the white checks. Okay. I might do that. I do hate empathy being low though, or not being the highest. Suggestion, composure, hand-eye reaction speed, savoir-faire. Alright, so and then we got new clothes. +1 drama, +1 electrochemistry. Become the dragon. Become an addict in a strange bathing robe. Okay. What about this hat? +1 logic, -1 suggestion. Super logical for a cop to wear this. Yeah. Insensitive bachelor party vibes. Okay. Was that all we got? Did we not get something else? Yeah, I know we didn't. Okay. Alright, Kim, I need to get some boots. These boots are made for walking. Are you still here?
Trying to sneak up on me.
I love that I can't. Surprised I can't do anything here. Okay. So right now I'm off to send Kim to bed. I might try the door actually. Actually, I'll do that at the end of the day when I have nothing else to lose.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes.
Wait.
Another thing. Great.
So the phone line is dead?
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
That's pretty strange.
It's not strange, it's inconvenient.
Is it true that there was foul play?
Who told you that?
I would never disclose my sources.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers.
He's exhausted from years of dealing with the assholes. That's why he's trying so hard not to be one too.
Really?
If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the repair bill. Yes?
Maybe I can give it to Kuno. Fake it. Well, let's head outside first. Kim.
Yes?
We talking about the case? No? Okay. Bye, Kim. Sweet. Sucker. Blah, 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 blah.
The door is closed.
Knock again.
Still nothing. Still. This door can only. This door.
I'm just trying to see sometimes if there's any consequences to these actions. Which probably means I should save, just to, you know, avoid any pain later on. I like how Kuno should still be out here. Alright, let's ooh, I wonder if I should do this after Kuno's gone. Let's save over this one. This is where I finished last time. Confirm. For a minute there I thought it was actually loading.
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like...
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Come back later, Corporal.
The body is reluctant to let go of the boots.
Wow, Kuno's little sneak pig's back for the booty.
Yeah, fuck it to pieces for us, liar cop.
Pull on the right boot.
It's not completely useless. You're able to reveal a little more of the putrid polymer sock beneath the boot.
Pull again. Oh no, the game has hanged. Oh no. Okay, it was hanging for a second. And I keep pressing all the buttons when I do that, luckily.
It's not completely useless. You're able to reveal it's not completely useless.
Pull on the left.
It feels like the leg is going to come off along with the boot, but you're able to get the boot to move a centimeter or two.
Continue.
Just relax. This is easy. This is happening.
Happening.
See? The corpse doesn't care if you try to take his boots. He doesn't need them. He's probably glad to get rid of them.
Pick up the body and try to shake the boots off. I doubt that will work. Step on the corpse as you pull. I don't think that's really good either. Try to twist the boots off.
This is the right method. It takes some time, but eventually the boots come off, with nasty slices of polymer sock stuck to even bigger pieces of skin and rotting flesh.
Look, he's skinning the fucker up good. Puka style.
Like I said, maybe I should have done this after they've gone to sleep.
Hell, keep at it, pig.
The legs look like they've been clawed at by wild animals. As for the boots, you can't possibly do anything with them until you've cleaned and disinfected them thoroughly.
Interesting.
Yes, these absolutely need to be washed before. The stink is incredible. Didn't the Whirling have a kitchen?
Sweet. Leave. Let's check that out. Where is it? Where would it be? Huh. Oh, there it is. Don't smell these boots. Better yet, don't even think about them. Unless it's to think about how you're going to use them. Oh, sorry, how you're going to get them clean. That is, for now, they're unsellable, unwearable, and just downright disgusting. Alright. Sorted. Is the lady still up there? Yes, she is. I think that's Lena. I think. And we got this as well. Getting the handman's boot. Wash the boots. Is there a kitchen somewhere else? I'm trying to think. Oh.
This industrial gas-powered stove has been used to prepare food for many hungry hostel guests. There are several pots and pans on hand. Getting the corpse residue out of these boots is going to require patience, and also a huge pot full of boiling water, soap, and white vinegar.
Check out the cookware.
A commercial pot draws your attention. It's very large, gigantic even. It could be used to make enough stew to feed an entire city, and also to boil a putrid pair of death boots.
Check out cleaning supplies.
There is a variety of soaps and bleaches in the cabinet to the left of the stove. There is also a bottle of white vinegar in the cabinet next to the fridge.
Continue.
It's bad with those boots. Don't be stingy now.
I'll put the vinegar as well.
The delicious smells of cheap soap and vinegar waft up from the pot.
Delicious.
All right now, chef. Light up the stove and boil them.
Add water and the boots to the pot. Bring it all to a nice boil.
The strong smell of vinegar forces you to step away from the pot. The water slowly comes to a boil.
Wait for it.
Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots. They float to the bubbling surface.
Ooh. Wait some more.
The boots look cleaner and cleaner. Those bits of human flesh are beginning to look cooked. You can smell it too, just like beef stew.
Oh wait, no, now I want to get it now. No, just like beef stew.
That's it, chef. The boots are as clean as they're going to get. Steam, dense with the smell of strange meat, disappears into the vent above the stove.
Dump the sock and flesh stew and examine your new boots.
A pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar. Just perfect.
Sweet. That seems so wrong.
You see a heavy steel door.
Can I wear the... wait, clothes? +2 authority, -1 composure, no, not composure, no. These greaves are light as feathers and just a tad too big for you, but don't let that bother you. With these on, you look like some kind of future warrior, and they'll keep you safe if you accidentally shoot yourself in the foot, so worth it. And they replace shoes. Oh, that looks so weird. I've not been making money, so that's kind of whatever. This is savoir-faire. Get my composure back, but it's at the expense of the boots. Okay. Can I sell this?
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
I don't think I could go for the cryptids. I know Kim isn't here, but still. Oh, these guys have left. Interesting. And the thing, the car being gone is kind of weird to me.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache.
Twiddle your thumbs.
The twiddling barely keeps your hands warm against the frigid wind blowing from the coast. After a while, you've had enough.
Get up. Yeah, it's cool to see everyone actually gone at night. Is he? Oh, I can't steal stuff. Damn. It's one of those things where you kind of want to be a decent cop / person, but then there's all these opportunities to do dodgy things that you're like, oh, yeah, this.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Thing is, I don't want to put points into volition just to burn it, you know? What's the info here? The non-suicidal, well-adjusted cops. Volition urges you to be a good guy to others and to yourself. It enables you to resist temptation. At high levels, volition makes you hyper sane. When you're about to get funky, it keeps you normal. It's a bit of a party pooper. At low levels, however, you'll have little morale. Without it, you'll end up a profoundly unstable cop, falling apart at the seams as you make irreversible mistakes. This sounds a bit kind of boring, is the main thing. So how much?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists
6.
all the companies in the East Delta Commerce
And I have
Center.
no pluses, so a 12. I would need minimum 7, right? 4, 3. And an 8 isn't really going to change that much. Sorry, a 6 isn't going to change that much. It just means I need 6, basically. 1 off. It could go either way. And it's a white check, so I could try it anyway. So yeah, there's no harm here. Kim's not here. Let's do this.
No. Hold on.
I got a 6.
The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotions. Forget it. Find something else to do.
Color me annoyed. So, wait. Okay. It's a door that you could get someone can let you into it. Can I go in here? Oh, I can't go in here at night, damn. I wanted to test out my ability to hit the door at night before sleeping. That way I can regain my health. Okay, nothing there. Excuse me?
Trying to sneak up on me again! Trying to snuff me out! Get away!
I wonder if there's anyone new. Around, actually. Come on, come on. Take it. So no other door up there. Okay. I've been through here multiple times. This dude still isn't back. This one is. That had that lady in there. And she still isn't. Well, no one's here. There's this door and this door and this door.
What happened here?
You can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. Though that one didn't have a door. What? The apartment didn't have a door? There's always a little something in the fridge.
Indeed.
But not for us. Okay, so this one didn't even have a door. Okay.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
They do say the painter always paints his own portrait.
So that was impossible anyway, right? Man, that's lame. I'm going to paint a self-portrait, but sort of, you know, from the inside to show people what it's like.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, piggo.
Okay, I won't do that. Please just give me some pen and brush.
You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then. Art it up. Just try not to hurt yourself. And no self-portraits.
Thanks, Cindy.
Oh, but I'm all out of fuel oil.
Okay. You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil.
Can't I just use paint?
Are you kidding me? Fuel oil is so much cooler. No way you're disfiguring that beautiful wall with something as pedestrian as ordinary paint.
Catch you later, Cindy. Cindy's brush. A paintbrush belonging to Cindy the Skull, an aspiring artist. Its bristles smell nauseatingly of heavy fuel oil, specks of red, orange and green paint cover the aluminium ferrule. Sing karaoke. Add even more beauty to the wall. Fun, government marked heavy fuel oil and returned to the wall. go talk to Joyce.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
More questions?
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
White check, let's do this.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
Let's do this one.
A strange coldness comes over you as you look at the world. The waves sway the sloop slowly. That's all. The doubt is fully formed in your head. The alien feeling persists. You just can't word the question yet. You have to complete the jamais vu thought first.
Aha. So where's the volition one? I think I've been through all of these, so yeah. I kinda like to find the volition one again.
Glad to have been of assistance. Word has traveled, yes, but nothing until you come up with something at that intersection. And the two might even be connected. We did. On more. Well, here's your chance. No. We asked East. This is a limit. Thousands of liters of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. How do you think they're financed? It's true, they drove precise.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
The two might even be connected.
She simply nods.
What would you like to know? Officer.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain.
I just renewed its safety inspection last month. Why wouldn't it be? This is Revachol. The boat?
The word "it" feels strange.
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the good. What we do? I'm afraid...
She nods.
Oh.
What with the Pines, and that is
The Wild Pines. She enjoys talking about the company. It would not hurt to Son Baptiste, LUM, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
Why, thank you. I'm not at liberty to...
A billion?
What exactly is a billion?
It's a number, officer. It's made of 1,000 million. 20 billion is a large number, but a conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners? Who are responsible for moving 8%? We built this district, all the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions, the plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP.
I mean, it all occurred because of for a reason. And you put money into what? Be in control.
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees.
I'm sure that was also probably not out of the goodwill.
A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
What about the strike?
Of course. Mr. Fuck off, midget. Yes. Keep their relief every word.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Then you might also like their other slogan. Demand democracy. Personally, I don't think it has the same pizzazzo as every worker a member of the board. It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines Group just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, They're having a blast. I'm not sure. Naturally, and now, people are getting lynched, I hear. The scabs? You mean the HUD? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then...
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one, of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men. Have you seen him? Edgar looks at it's how they circumvent the term limits, you see. But the Debarders Union was organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the Of course, officer. I'm glad you asked. Yes. On the last day of the local chap, indeed. The point of the presentation is, these, of course. How else can I help?
Yeah, so I have no idea where the volition one is, to be honest with you. I feel like that might have been the money one, but that option isn't here anymore. I have one more skill. In times of doubt, we go for thoughts. Oh, my view is almost getting completed. 2 minutes. Might as well just unlock another one, really. And let's go with White Morning. The 15th Indo tribe. Seems interesting as well, to be honest with you. But let's go with White Morning first. Jamaivu is almost finished, so I can come back here once Jamaivu is done. Couple of minutes. Is there any... It's kind of annoying how you can't like, cross over quickly from side to side. Even this guy's gone. We have all of them left. I wonder what Measure heads up to. Now. Is the lady still here?
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather.
I'm assuming I've talked to her fully. Or most of these people fully.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. The windows are clear. They've been The back end of the cabin is a small perch to sleep. Large ashtrays.
Everyone's out. Everyone's out. Oh, it's closed. Damn. To do this at night, wouldn't it?
Your race descent has only worsened since a lot. There is nothing funky about them. There are 3 I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for this...
Measure is amazing. So, I assume these guys go to sleep. No, not this again. There you go. Those 2 minutes are taking a while to pass. Whirling in arms, then. It is. I wonder where he saved. So we can interact with stuff. Might run down here to see if I can talk to this dude again.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Someone else came.
This is a pawn shop.
Oh my god.
And it did feel as if you've met before. Oh god.
Have people from Everett Clares Union come here to track that gun?
Maybe. Shady looking guys came in here yesterday. Looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip. But you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Where can I find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but...
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope Everett wasn't lying, and the Union can track her down in time.
Sure, man.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Bonuses. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. Accept. Okay, so let's go to intellect. All raised by 1. Logic now I can go up to 6. Conceptualization 4. Cool. I'll take that for now. They're interesting, but there are also things where I'm like, I have so much, like I have nothing in intellect, so is it really going to be that useful to me? However, I can talk to Joyce at the very least. And there was something else, wasn't there? Oh yeah, so could I do this thing? Oh, I failed this, right? I tried this and I failed.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons.
So if
lists
I put
all the
point into volition, I might be able to claim that. I feel, the thing is, I feel like if I can get some sort of outfit and attire that will help me that will help me ooh, it's kind of snaggy. Yeah, let's put that for now. Well, actually, let's put this because I still want that health, to be honest with you. Okay, okay. Woohoo. Buzz in. Where's the shoes? I'm wearing the green shoes, cool. Cool. Too low level, what is this? At low levels, however, you will be a bumbling cop, unable to catch a pair of keys thrown by a partner without losing an eye. Bear that in mind. Oh, and what do I have for my journal? Map. Joyce. Conceptualization. Impossible. It's open now. So why are we able to try? Perception on the hangman. Really? Oh, I've not done this one yet. Damn. There's a map wall as well, which I can't seem to do. I guess I need the thing first, the paint and all that. Knick-knack stand. Simone bar. Let's just go talk to Joyce first and deal with all the other stuff later. And we might as well make another save, just in case.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favourite part of the day.
Go
ahead, ask me anything.
White check, let's do this.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
Continue.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough.
Continue.
There is a term of endearment they coined for it in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
Elysium.
Huh. Is this the one with the evil apes? What? Elysium. The world needs a term of endearment.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
What is this hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists.
Let's go for this one first.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
Inside, sideways. What shape is this world then?
We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Revershol-Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
A dark grey corona?
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
The pale.
A cold fear seeps into you.
god, wait. What the hell are you telling me?
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
The pale, what do you mean, Corona?
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's gonna bring anyone together.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
This all sounds very like brainy stuff as well. Well, if you say it's disco.
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides.
What is pale?
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality. It is the opposite of reality.
Okay, then, well, what is it? A definition?
Okay. The pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Wait, and what is an isla?
Isla is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Windy, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this Insulinde.
And Insulinde is?
An oceanic isla. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay, what is this? What is the pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
Is it here?
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the isla.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world.
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And point north, there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called porch collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist. Cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
What are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
If we're surrounded by Pale, how do we get from Isola to Isola?
Oh, it is so difficult for us. It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged.
The Pale can damage the mind.
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
What does this over-radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger?
No, nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I am a member of the Entreprenetic Business Class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
I don't think that's a good thing.
Perhaps that explains her strange pining after the revolution. Some degraded early memories. Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
Do lorry drivers pass the Pale?
Yes. Carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
You should ask the Pale driver about this. See what she says. That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
What is entrepreneuric?
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
Did they cross it, the Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has entreprenetics changed then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end, if we throw them precisely.
If we do not?
Then they don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
How much Pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping?
What do you think, detective?
It's growing.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
Stay silent.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge.
Continue.
I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild pale yonder.
One and all. They say pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Let's return to reality.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective.
Continue.
Is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
Ooh. It's terrifying. You were right, it's disco. It will end all life. That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. Its advance can only be stopped with immediate total ruthless communism. A powerful anti-communist force, perhaps too powerful, but still, they have it coming. I'm worried, I have to say. It doesn't sound very liberal to me. I don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. Who am I to think anything of it? I see what she means, because everyone knows about the Pale. They just go on living their life. And whereas we come in with amnesia, and now it's like, wait a minute, you do nothing about the Pale, whereas I assume everyone else does. And so we're coming in from a kind of fresh perspective, and so she wants to get an idea of what we think about this. Now, to me, I don't know if this game is trying to be kind of smart with its dialogue, or trying to be like figurative. For some reason I get this impression of the brain, just the way things are being talked about and moving from like one region to another kind of thing, within the brain. I just get that feeling that it sounds something like that, but I could just all be making that up anyway. Outside of that, if we were just to take it at face value, the spell is just something that's out there. It's something that will hit us head on, basically. What do I think of the bill? I feel like, weirdly enough, the top two answers are the ones that are closest to what I would want to say. Saying how like we've all survived with it, it's a huge accomplishment, when like not a lot of people, well, a lot of people have not survived, and died for random reasons. This and this all seem kind of like whatever responses. This kind of feels a bit weird, as in it's ignoring the point of the bill. This one is pretty straightforward, so and kind of to the point. So 1 and 2 feel like it's identifying what it is. It's terrifying, or it's weirdly intriguing what it is. So I don't know, partly because this game is called Disco, we'll go with this. You were right, it's Disco. Her eyes tense, crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face, like in my portrait.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
I'll handle it. It's under control. This investigation will be my masterpiece. The one they remember me by, I promise. Yes, I'm in serious trouble here. It'll be a disaster. I know it. All those people will die. I'm not quite sure how that changes things. But I feel like I would say I'll handle it. It's under control.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
I appreciate it, at the very least. Now, can you tell me how I get this volition thing again? Is it if money happens to be an issue, it just pops up again?
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Thank you. So I might go talk to the pale driver. If she's out, she might not be out actually.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? Can't you tell? I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti-o? When faced, we rarely see pigs round here.
She wants it to be something true and total.
Yeah? Thanks.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Catch you later.
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner. It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right? Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it? I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in...
I do like her voice. No, don't get stuck. Yeah, he's not here. I think she's gone too, actually. Technically we're at day 3 now because it's past midnight. She's here. Cool.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. And what is that?
You're a pail driver. You transport goods through the pail.
Oh meu Deus. The lawman solved the case. And here I was, thinking you were an idiot. So, are you? An idiot, I mean.
I blacked out from sheer heartbreak and lost all memory of the world.
Like Gabriel Buenguerro in Segúreme, Paraíso. You're the opposite of me, then. I remember everything, even the things I never knew.
Interesting.
The smell of liquor on Gabriel's lips after the shoot, in the motor park. The roses on the day of Franco Negro's coronation, on the grand stairs of Ryle. The smoke from the Fowling piece when Dolores Day was shot. The look on her face, like an orgasm. The wound in her chest. My hand in my father's hand. Except I never had a father, and I never shot her innocent Dolores Day.
Over radiation?
Heroic doses, Herifia. Heroic.
Isn't that dangerous?
Thought insertion? Dithering? The Grad Catalan Magistral? It's more than dangerous. It's sad. But at first I had to make a living. Now, when you've seen it all go away like that, rolling off like the sea, and then come back to this. What are we doing here? For thousands of years, Gabriel. It doesn't have to be like this. We can just give up. We can just become a vapor.
What does it look like, the pail?
Like looking into the ocean at night, in the dark. You cannot see it, but you know it's there. And it's big, bigger than anything. Bigger than all the other things combined.
What does it feel like?
Nothing. Until it starts. When you are deep enough. Then, for me, it's like autumn. Dark, grey and orange. The orange of street lights and the color of streets in the electric light. It smells like autumn too. It smells terrible.
Nostalgia. Cooped up in the cabin, shaking. Terrible nostalgia. For yourself. For humans. It's too much to bear. She loves it.
How do you pass through it?
In the belly of an airship, behind the steel windows. So you don't look straight into it. It's not advised to look into it.
Not on this lorry, then.
No, the same one, a roller. They all are nowadays. Special wheels for connecting to the floor of the hold.
One last thing, you said we can just become vapor?
Yes.
I would rather have what you have. I would rather have what I have. I feel I already have what you have in some way.
They say there is a point. One that I have not crossed. In the Pale, super deep. If you stray too far, of course, on the U41A, or in Lomonosov's land, where every step you take is one step further from home, no matter the direction. It's a point you cannot come back from. Your mind becomes so radiant with the past, there is a flip. Instead of writing, it erases memory, nearing some kind of indescribable finale. Maybe you've been down the motorway south?
The motorway south?
It's a story as lone horsemen tell. Lone horsemen, Khalifa, not Pale drivers. Way beyond the established Pale that's lit by radio frequencies, where it goes silent and dark, and the process begins, erasure, kilometer by kilometer, in any direction. The motorway south is a road you cannot come back from.
In the center of this town, there's a ghostly motorway, she sang.
What is at the end of the motorway?
No one knows what's at the end. I've only glimpsed the beginning. I've only felt it in the distance, when I was a child. A child growing on the leg.
Ma'am?
Josiana.
There is nothing more to do now. She's far away. She is receding in the clutches of some indescribable scattered emotion. A child descending.
Oh, wow. Motorway south. At the edge of the map, the landmass begins to disintegrate into pure trigonometry. Okay. The ocean melts, becoming a tangle of sines and cosines. The mountain range turns into a sharp angle azimuth. Its green range shadow dithers like a music turning into a waveform, and then vanishes. This is the end, a half-remembered textbook from your childhood, the porch collapsing on the edge of the isola. A transition from reality to Pale. A single vector shoots out like a rocket. It's the motorway south, splintering off from the known Pale. To where? Where does it go? Okay. Plus 1 XP for every orb clicked. Just 1 XP, but I think there's quite a few orbs actually, so that's fine. This one is the one I think I might check out really. Alright, and how many? One more skill point. Oh, sorry, I'll keep it for now. Volition. Alright, I think it's gonna be it for me for this session. Now, whether I continue running around, I kind of want to see what happens if I just stay out past midnight and if Measurehead is still up there. Oh, his girls are gone. No, they're still there. I guess I could just rest for like a couple of hours because they leave at 2 or 3 o'clock. But I might save and try that next time because I want to rest beforehand if it doesn't do anything. Oh, this is okay. It's midnight and they're all gone now. Interesting. It's all about the money.
Can I help you?
So is the girl still outside? Let me just double check that. Nope, she's gone. Ah, that may mean I can knock on the door though. Okay.
The door is closed. Still nothing. Still nothing. Still. This door can only be opened.
Maybe she's out. I don't think there's anything out here. Nah. Though we did see this is where we broke the glass. There's still a fan.
The fan is spinning. The lights are on. The lights are off again. The blades come squeaking to a halt. The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in the room. The switch must be broken. The switch must be broken because nothing happened.
Crap. That sucks.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression. Attempt to stop the expression. Use the chain cutters to fix the faucet. Stop from fogging up. Let's try this one.
It belongs
Success.
in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. Forget about ostentatious orchestrations. For Revachol, your city, That meant only one thing. Guillaume Lamillion, out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
He sang some bullshit. So I adopted it. Why?
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
I feel the need to add a clicking sound.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lamillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because, unlike Guillaume Lamillion, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous.
How long was the new?
There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
Anything else? Like who am I? Why did I become a cop? Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that.
Does this have anything to do with OO?
Not really. OO must have just stirred your mind. They're more like a disco rock band anyway.
I guess that's it then.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Thought gained. Electrochemistry low. Know the origin. Impossible 18. Yeah, I could get it if I get a 6. Burn it.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Let the mirror be. Okay. Cool info. Guillaume Lamillion. Head in the clouds. Whatever happened to Guillaume Lamillion, who, with his amber mane and sparkling teeth, beguiled and the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust, or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slandering new lines of some starlet boy they knew 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass too. Oh wait, maybe he became a police officer in Revachol West. I'm not sure I'm interested in that one. Alright, I'm gonna call it that for this session. We did quite a bit today. Just cover with this one. So we did quite a bit today. Examine the body. Got the, what you call it? The boots. We got that. I think we examined the body last time actually. We got the boots. We talked to a bunch of people. Talked to the guy, the smoker friend. Didn't really tell us anything. Even the autopsy didn't really tell us anything extra, to be honest with you. Compared to our just observations when the body was still hanging. But no, that's fine. It all worked out at the end. We're here where we are. And on the next day we should also be able to now go into the next areas. So done with day 2, onwards to day 3. We'll see what happens when we sleep. I do want to see if Measurehead moves at around 2-3 o'clock and get that box behind it. That seems pretty cool if we can. Otherwise, that's it for me for this session. We might be back soon again, who knows. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how I feel, if I'm up to it. Anyway, that's been fun. It's been 20 hours. I have no idea how long this game is. It's on day 2. I'm assuming it must be at least, in terms of days, it goes at least a week or something like that, if not more maybe, depending how long you take to solve the crime, perhaps. But yeah, that's it from me. Thanks for watching and see you next time.